I'm 40 years old and in the best shape of my life. And if you're a man over 40 watching this, you're probably thinking, yeah right, another fitness influencer showing off his perfect meals that I could never stick to. But here's the thing, what I'm about to show you isn't some restrictive bodybuilder diet or some Instagram worthy meal prep that takes 3 hours every Sunday. This is exactly what I eat on a normal Tuesday to maintain single digit body fat, build muscle and have the energy that puts most 25-year-olds to shame. And the reason most men over 40 are struggling with their nutrition isn't because they don't know broccoli is healthy. Everyone tells you to eat clean and just hit your macros, but no one actually shows you what that looks like in real life when you've got a career, responsibilities, and a life outside the gym. So in this video, I'm going to break down every single meal I eat in a day, why I structure it this way, and how you can adapt this approach to finally dial in your nutrition without losing your mind. And if you don't know who I am and you're wondering if I'm just another 40-year-old guy with lucky genetics, my name is Jay and I've spent the last decade helping hundreds of men over 40 transform their bodies and mindset. I went from being a burnt out, overweight guy who felt like his best days were behind him to building the body and energy I wish I had in my 20s. So if you want to finally understand how to structure your nutrition for real results at 40 and you're not looking for another quick fix that you'll abandon in 2 weeks, watch this video until the end and I'll show you exactly how this works. Right. Let's get stuck into it. Now, they say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and like everything in nutrition, it depends. But for me, I've got a mental day ahead, checking in with clients, writing newsletters, filming podcasts, and creating content for all my socials. So I need proper fuel, not some sad protein bar. Here's my secret weapon that's kept me winning at nutrition for years. Eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. Basically, I front load my calories so I'm properly fueled and not thinking about food every 5 minutes like some hangry teenager. Now, this breakfast might look absolutely crazy to some of you, but stick with me. I start with 50 grams of porridge oats and 10 grams of chia seeds. I then go full English madman mode, Greek yogurt, honey, mixed nuts, a banana, about 10 mils of high strength fish oil. Yes, fish oil in my porridge. It has a lemony taste and actually tastes good. But wait, there's more. Half a grapefruit, a kiwi, and some medjool dates, because apparently I'm fancy now. Then a protein shake with creatine, greens powder, and collagen peptides. The grand finale, a proper French press coffee, none of that instant rubbish, and a ginger shot to wake up my soul. The damage, 971 calories, 54 grams of protein, 105 grams of carbs, and 34 grams of fat. Look, I get it. You're probably thinking, Jay, that's more food than I eat before dinner. But here's the thing, when I have this for breakfast at 8 a.m, I don't even think about food until 2 p.m. 6 bloody hours. Meanwhile, you're probably having a sad piece of toast, crashing at 11 a.m. and raiding the biscuit tin by 3. Most blokes skip breakfast or have something pathetic, then wonder why they're demolishing the fridge at 10 p.m. Trust me, try this for a week. Your evening self will thank your morning self. Moving on to lunch now. This used to be my Achilles heel. I'd eat like a champion at breakfast and completely balls it up at lunch because I hadn't prepared anything. Sound familiar? 3 strategies I've approached over the years. The first one has been Sunday and Wednesday meal prep when I can be asked. Number 2 is the classic Tesco meal deal. It's not brilliant, but it's better than nothing. And number 3 is a meal delivery service. I've gone with option number 3 because frankly, I was spending £100 a week on food and hours prepping. Now I use the Good Prep. They deliver twice a week, taste amazing, and take 3 minutes in the microwave. After trying about 4 different companies, these are the business. Today's lunch is sushi and steak because I'm cultured like that. The lunch stats, 650 calories, 43 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, and 23 grams of fat. Moving over to afternoon snacks. Because my breakfast is massive, I don't need much. But if I'm feeling peckish or my protein's looking sad, I'll have some cacao bites from Good Prep and an Arla yogurt. Snack damage, 310 calories, 22 grams of protein, 19 grams of carbs, and 14 grams of fat. Now for dinner. I get home around 6 p.m. Eat around 8 p.m. with the missus. We're not fancy. We rotate between 3 things. Chicken, broccoli, and rice. Classic. Steak, potatoes, and salad when we're feeling flush. And jacket potatoes and prawns because we're British. Tonight was leftover potatoes from Sunday with chicken and broccoli. Revolutionary stuff, I know. Here's a top tip. If you've got a partner, eat the same bloody meals. Just adjust the portions. My wife gets a normal amount. I get the are you feeding a small horse portion. But we're eating the same thing, which keeps us both on track and stops any food envy. Moving on now to the evening ritual. For 10 years, I've had have my evening chocolate treat with a Pepsi Max cherry every single night. See, I follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of your diet should be proper food with adequate protein. The other 20%, whatever keeps you sane. Today, that was a cheeky McDonald's cherry slushy, 108 calories, and my chocolate bar with a Pepsi Max cherry. Today's treats was around 300 calories of pure happiness. So the final tally today, 2,917 calories, 193 grams of protein, 291 grams of carbs, and 97 grams of fat. This puts me in a slight deficit, fuels my jiu-jitsu and training, and has kept me lean for over a decade. So here's what I want you to take away. You don't need to eat like some Instagram fitness model to get results. You need habits that actually work with your life, not against it. Look at yourself honestly. Are you the breakfast skipper who's starving by noon, the midnight fridge raider, the weekend warrior who undoes 5 days of progress every Saturday night? Figure out your weaknesses, then fix them. Because once you know where you're going wrong, you can actually do something about it instead of just hoping this week will be different. So that's exactly what I eat in a day to stay shredded at 40. If you take these principles, adequate protein, strategic carb timing, consistent meal structure, and apply them to your own life, I guarantee you'll see better results than whatever you're doing now. But having said that, I'm not going to pretend that figuring out your exact macros, meal timing, and how to fit this into your actual life with work, family, and everything else is going to be easy. I mean, it's taken me over 10 years and countless mistakes to dial this in. And while I've given you the framework in this video, there are a ton of variables I couldn't cover. How to adjust based on your training schedule, what to do when you travel, how to handle social situations, what supplements actually matter after 40, etc., etc., etc. In the end, the time you spend trying to figure this out yourself is going to cost you more than it's worth. And even worse, by the time you do figure it all out, you'll have lost months or even years of progress you could have made with the right guidance from day one. However, if you want to avoid all of that trial and error and the opportunity cost of staying where you are, then I want you to click on the first link in the description right now. Because on that page, you can apply to join RM40, my 12-week transformation program where I personally help men over 40 get into the best shape of their lives. We'll calculate your exact macros, create you personalized meal targets, and give you weekly check-ins to make sure you're on track. Plus, you'll get access to my complete macronutrient mastery workshop where I break down everything you need to know about nutrition for men over 40. This is not for guys who want to try it out or who think they can't invest in themselves. This is for men who are ready to take their health seriously and who understand that getting real results requires real commitment. So if you're ready to finally dial in your nutrition and transform your body at 40, click the first link in the description, fill out the application, and I'll speak to you soon.